Yeah. Let's see. How are you today? I'm actually okay. Nothing crazy happened. Nothing stressful happened. It was a nice, relaxing day. I've actually had a few of those days consecutively, and that's not something I'm used to. Got to start my day today with Jessie. Jesse's a boater. And right on radio. My takeaway today is a sin is a sin is a sin. You know, when I was a little girl, and I still hear it in people's mouths, you know, homosexuality is a sin. And I'm like, well, it's not necessarily a sin I've actually sinned in 5-6 years. But one day I hope to. So, you know, and I struggled with that when I was a little sprout. People always talking about how God hated gays. And I was like, oh God, I'm going to hell. I never had a chance. Doesn't matter if I'm honest. Doesn't matter if I, you know, do the right thing. Doesn't matter. Because, anyway. So, but anyway, a sin's a sin's a sin. So, my sin is no bigger than any other sin, you know. Even though sometimes I'd like to think that my sins are smaller. But a sin's a sin's a sin. It's hard not to sin. For me, it's hard not to curse. When I get fired up, I get all excited about stuff, and I just blast out. Or when I get stressed out, or overwhelmed, overstimulated. Sometimes that doesn't go well. But today was a pretty chill day. I got some sun on my face. Got a little color on my face. Just hang out with the DOGs. Tucker's doing great. Tucker's doing wonderful. Still not warm enough to hang out outside. It's windy, but the way this window is set up, it's like me and all the dogs just take our turns in the sun and chase the sun. And so I got some sun on my face, and I just listened and watched Elementary all day. I started watching that freaking when I was in Oregon. God, it's like a lifetime ago when I say that. Anyway. Life changes, man. Life changes on a dime, and that's what people are figuring out ultimately, is you can plan. It's like stuff happened to me. I got the precursor like 4 years ago. And so I'm like, okay, this is how I handled it and how I dealt with it, you know, the isolation, all these feelings, emotions of being a part of active society, and then to not, you know, and ego deflation and all that stuff, you know, being a part of the 3D world and then not being welcome in it anymore. So, it's been a while. Just trying to take care of Mom. Make do on my promise. It's been hard. The system is definitely not for people like me. So, anyway. God's carried us, and He's always given us everything that we've needed right when we've needed it, so that's pretty rad. And I was thinking about that today, you know. I think people get to a point, and there's so many people that don't even have their parents anymore. So many people my age, they don't have their parents anymore, or their parents are dying. And I'm just like, Mom, I'm going to put you in a bubble. You're going to be the little old lady in a bubble. She's like, I don't want to go in a bubble. I was like, all right, Mama, we'll put you in a bubble. She's so cute. She's so cute. Sometimes in the evening when she says things, they make sense to her. It makes sense to her. It's always something new. It's always something different. You know when all this moving stuff started? Back in August. And I was talking to my brother. That's a loose term. And I told him that we had to go and stuff, and he asked me, he's like, Marge, how long do you think she's gonna live? And I'm just like, how am I not supposed to cuss people out when they say shit like that to me? How am I not supposed to cuss them out? As long as you possibly can, I hope. I mean, shit, dude. What? I don't even understand where people's, like, get their, how are we related? But God has always made it so I've taken care of her, you know? Hopefully this spring she'll want to go out and we'll load the dogs in the van, and there's really beautiful places around here that we can drive short distances, so we can go out, drive 20 minutes, you know. And I'm not one of those, I don't gotta linger and hang out places for hours. I get out, I can take frickin' 20, 25 pictures in about a minute and a half, you know, less. So I don't need to sit and linger and let the dogs out a couple at a time, you know. Go on these little outings here and there. She likes to, but not too often, not when it's too hot. The conditions have to be just right. So these are things that I'm looking forward to when it warms up, which should be this next week. And and I think the earth is going to start thawing. I think there's going to be a couple more storms, big ones, and it's going to do weird stuff. But we ain't done with weather, you know. This whole, God, man, it's been like this. It's the cycle. Every year we have an opportunity to live better, live right, you know. If we get ourselves right inside, then that manifests in the earth, and we could have heaven on earth. And people just don't want to put down the ego stuff, you know. Think about all the stuff that doesn't belong in heaven. On earth, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't belong there that people just are hanging on to the ideas of, you know. So, but a lot of people are waking up, I hear. I don't know, I don't get direct evidence of it myself where I am at. I get little inklings here and there, you know, but we got a long way to go. And I do these videos. You know who I do these videos for? I do these videos. These videos aren't even really for this time. These videos are for long after I'm gone. And I take my last breath and I come back. I want to see if I'm going to remember who I am, recognize who I am in my next incarnation too. I do these videos for a lot of reasons. I do these videos as a video diary to see as an account of what God has carried me and Mom through and all the critters. You know? He has carried us through so much. It's just it's miraculous. I couldn't have done it myself. There's a lot of times I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to pray to you, God, and I'm just going to keep talking to you, because if I stop talking to you, then other ideas or thoughts are going to come into my head, and they might be less pleasant, so I'm just going to keep talking to you, God. Some of my days were like that, you know? And I abstained from drinking alcohol. And that was a big one for me because I like to drink. I like to drink a lot. For all the reasons why people drink. But there's no spirit in that. And I'm supposed to live this incarnation to help be okay, these are the things that God helps me get past every single day. And oftentimes it's my cravings for alcohol. But my cookies help. I don't take any prescription medicine. I can't. I'm one of those sensitive types. About 15 years ago, they gave me 6 of the 8 anthrax vaccines, and that has wreaked havoc on my endocrine system. With all the other polio, all the other vaccines I've been given in my life, I'm not a big woman. I already have a compromised endocrine system, so it's just like, so I don't even take aspirin. And my cookies. But those are the best I can do and still function and do whatever else I need to do. See, drinking, I can't do that. I will neglect. There's no spirit in that. So I like to help, I like to talk about my foibles, my character defects. This is life. This is what people are failing at desperately every day. Because people are fleeing, they're jumping ship, they're giving up. They're like, nope, don't want to do it anymore. Nope, not another day. Nope, this hurts too much. Nope, can't do it. And the level of escapism right now is it's huge. What do? I just do my talks when I don't feel like it. And then when I get done, I go eat some chocolate brownie ice cream. That's what I do. Anyway. Anybody in the talkie room? Hi, naked and laughing. Thank you. I got my mom's dimples. Oh, that's alright. They can dislike. It's probably somebody that I used to know that thinks I'm a terrible human being. And they're proving it by showing me the disdain and their miserable dislike. You know what, Naked? I'm surprised I don't get more dislikes. Really? I mean, I talk about things that people clearly don't like taking responsibility for. They don't like being, I was listening to Zach on the Gematria Sports, I think it was his sports channel earlier today, and I'm just saying, he said it too, and I'm like, I say it all the time. He's got a way big, his channel's lots bigger than mine. Anyway, I freaking dig that kid, but it's just like, all these freaking grossly obese people, first responders too, nurses, doctors, just people grossly obese all over the United States, grossly obese, haven't done the work to keep themselves from being grossly obese. They're all walking around wearing a mask, and all of a sudden they fucking give a shit about health. It's a little late in the show. It's a little condescending. It's a little disingenuous when grossly obese people are freaking walking around all over the world freaking going, wear a mask to be healthy. I'm like, keep a fucking spoon out of your mouth. Can you do that? Exercise? Work it out? Put down those external vices and put the work into it? No, that's too hard. Just make everybody live your fear, right? Is it over yet? God, is it over yet? Is it over yet? It's never going to be over, Marge. It's just always going to be a world that is uncomfortable for you to live in, and you just have to navigate through it because freaking mental minis have to live their sorry, sad existence that they have perpetuated generation after generation. But the good news is that the society is falling. And it's only taken 250 years. We don't gotta wait the whole 500. No, not this country. No. I think that maybe if they would have come over and cooperated, it could have evolved from Turtle Island into something beautiful. But no, they took. And they savagely took. And the rest is his story. And now there will be hell to pay. So I don't mind a thumbs down. Oh, that's right. That's rad. That's rad. Eating sushi. You're actually, so your sushi is actually from out of the ocean, Atlantic. See, I used to go have sushi in Omaha. We used to go to Blue. And I know all the sushi, because you're in Omaha. I never trusted seafood in Omaha. I'm the farthest point from any ocean, from any place else in the United States. And see, I was kind of spoiled because I worked in places where they had very fresh seafood out of the Pacific. So I would go and I would eat, and see, the sushi would be good. It would be good. It would be good. But then I went into, and then when I came back to the Pacific side, I went and I just didn't have the heart for it. It's like I had it, my taste changed. And as much as I used to love seafood, something shifted. I don't know what it is. I like real crab. Maybe I just like stuff that I catch myself and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not alone about the numbers. I know it's not fucking 7 billion. Dude, our lifespan is too short. And then you got all the clumsy people, you got all the drunks, you got all the accident prones. There's just, no, there's no way. There's no way. And I think about all the places, I think about because now I've lived in a lot of places. It's fair to say I've lived in California, Nebraska, Oregon, Arizona, and now I've been to a lot of places also. That was another thing I learned about from Jesse today, is about anointing oil. Anointing oil. I'm like, man, if I would have known about anointing oil, 20 years ago, I could have reclaimed freaking the island of Crete. I could have freaking all these places I could have reclaimed in the name of God, taken back from the evildoers. Confounded! But now I know. That's a lot of land anyway. I've been to a lot of different places, and mostly people are the same. Mostly people are the same. They are the same. The lands all look the same. Yeah, there's places that look pockets are different. Pockets, oh, wow, that's pretty, but mostly places all look the same. Every city has a main street. I think about turnover. I think about turnover is what I call it. Turnover, like in the town I grew up in, Reading. It's only a town of 80,000, And so I know it's like the people I went to. It's like I know 4 or 5 generations of there now, and I'm not related to any of them, but it's just like, and the numbers are reduced, and they take up a lot of area, and everybody knows everybody, and that's a big chunk of Northern California kind of thing, and the world is not as big as they say it is. They just pay themselves. Oh, well, there's this many gazillion people in California, so we got to support this many people, so we need this number. It's just all accounting and economics, and it's so stupid and dumb, and I hate all of that stuff. Oh, and the rules are going to get so much more lame. It's going to be a while before I travel. I'm like, I do think I should. Actually, it's 2 months from today. My freaking passport is going to expire. And that's a trip to the big post office downtown. I don't know what it's going to entail, but I'll take care of that as soon as I get my plate, my disabled veteran plates. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to get these disabled veteran plates, and then maybe people won't hassle me. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Mom, like, people hassle me. They just like to hassle me. People see me and they say, hey, you look like you need someone to hassle you, so I'm going to hassle you. And my whole life it's been like this. Like, I haven't been hassled with enough in my whole entire life. People are like, no, you over there minding your own business, you need to be hassled with. And I'm going to be the one that's going to hassle you today. And then, ultimately, I hassle them back. And they don't like it. And they're like, oh man, why'd you have to hassle me? This world is so stupid. Aloha. You like that thumbnail? I'm just putting on, I went back to go, like, change a bunch of my old, thank you, my old pictures because I got like 46,000 on my cloud of pictures I've taken just since 2013. So, I'm going to do all my thumbnails, but I went back to change some and they're like, no, the file's too big. Your file's too big. Can't use it now. Could have used it before, but not now. Oh. Nasty, dirty tubes. Dirty tubes. People are leaving YouTubes. I'll hang out for a while. I don't got the time to freaking invest in all these other platforms I used to. I have an account, but now too many people are making them, and I'm just not even making accounts no more. I'm like, one day I'm going to have a real life, and I probably won't even be doing these talks as much as I do. That's what the goal is. I used as a perfume. You know what? I started losing weight. I didn't really exercise. I danced. And I started dancing everywhere. I'm like, it's funny, because I don't care where I dance all over. I'm like the romantic comedy show where they just bust out and dance, because I'm always listening to my soundtrack. And I don't care who's around. I don't care what these people think. They don't know what's going on. They just think I'm a crazy person. Okay, another person, let me put you on the list of people think I'm a crazy person. Okay, but I'm having a freaking really good time. And some people really raises their vibe too, just watching me dance, because I'm pretty good at it. And like that Zoe show, I like that show. Anyway. Where she like listens to their thoughts and songs and stuff, and they're just I freaking do that all the time. I'm always just but because plus it helps keep me loose. Because I swear, man, those freaking anthrax shots and shit that they gave me, like my shoulders, I used to like bus tables where I'd carry heavy weight on my shoulders and stuff like that, but I never like played baseball or did something where I had high impact, like repetitious like movement and stuff. They should not hurt as bad as I should not be in as much physical pain as I am for the age I am. You freaking bastards! But that's what the government does. It freaking makes magic elixirs and serums, and then it jabs you. Then you get it for your own good. They don't ever take the shit. God, those freaking military, it's just the dirty, dirty military complex. If they can people just figure out how to not be dicks, live in peace and harmony and God, loving God, just don't be a dick. Don't cheat, you know, be monogamous. I don't care who, you no kids, you freaking dirty creeps. Oh, and all those yachters and stuff. Those people with yachts, boats, ships, what they've been doing in the oceans. It's just terrible, terrible, terrible. And there's going to be hell to pay. So I did lose a bunch of weight and I didn't really exercise. I just ate a couple bites of whatever I want. If I wanted to eat something, doesn't matter. I could eat it. I could only eat a couple bites. But I didn't have really much of an appetite, too. Some chakra anointing oil? See, I don't know, and I'm going to have to ask Jessie what she meant, because I looked up freaking anointing oil, and I gotta make sure I get the right stuff. Hi, Aaron. Scotch mellows, yeah. I looked up the recipe today. I'm gonna do my hand in those. The Seas Candy Scotch mellows. I might even go so far to make my own marshmallows. We'll see. But with because I don't want to get had and get me some freaking like demon summons and oil on accident. I don't need to get bamboozled like that. So I got to make sure I get the right stuff, the right anointing oil. But you know what? I'll probably just skip the anointing oil and just go on with my regular, if I can ever get a hold of that Brady dude. I want to get a medicine bag from him and just get tobacco. Because for me, I'm Native American. It's the same thing. Anointing oil, I'm sure it ain't no different than me leaving a little freaking tobacco for all the, you know, from the ancestors in the north, south, east, and west. Just do no harm. I try every day. I try not to do no harm. Every day. So what else? I know Zach is going to be on later this afternoon. I'm going to call in one day and ask him why he doesn't incorporate the latitude and longitude so much. Because I bet he could figure out the timelines of things more if he got a map and paid attention to the latitude and longitude. Because the latitude and longitude are like the same numbers, or a lot of these gematria numbers that he puts together every day. Styles it down more. Anyway. From your grandma's sister in Colorado. They're right above me. I was sucked at geometry. I thought I was below when I was in Arizona, and I was like, nope. I'm like, what? How did I not? And I've been in the Grand Canyon. That's the thing. I had the weirdest energetic experiences when we did, because for my 40th birthday, my dad and my brother went in on the trip for me. It was 3 nights, 4 days in the Grand Canyon, and that freaking activated by like crazy. That was 6-7 years ago. Yeah, this summer it'll be 7 years, man. Time is good thing it's not real, man, because these cycles around the sun, they just go quicker and quicker and quicker. What's that, Benny? Benny, you get hot. He said, Margie, Benny gets hot. He said, I want to cuddle, and then I come out, Margie. Benny, you get so hot. I said, hi, Benny. He said, Margie, Benny get hot. Oh, Benny got laser eyes. Big boy, Benny. He's laying across my leg. And Tucker's over. He was running. He's getting back up on the futon by himself today, or yesterday. He did it, and then today. So he's real good. Yep, he's good. That was a blessing, dude. That was scary. That was a long first few days when he was essentially paralyzed for like 3 days. And then he started getting wonkily, and then No, last year it was longer than that, but whew, he's okay now. Man, they're all just little heart attacks waiting to happen, huh, Benny? Yes, Margie, that's a very true story, Margie. We stress you out all the time and you love us very much, Margie. I love you, Benny. I love you, Benny. Oh. Is anybody else in the chat? I'm medicine bag, okay. I just see me. I'm sad. Some of the bees are missing. Can't. Oh, see? That stuff is. And I know that Brady makes good loot too. He's not doing lives. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder why some people like are getting taken down and some people aren't. Because I don't talk about anything different than these people that are getting taken down all over. I don't talk about anything different. A lot of them I talk about the same stuff. I just fall behind the veil of obscurity. Anyway. I think I'm ready for some ice cream. The next few days are going to be kind of interesting. I think Omaha is getting snow right now, as a matter of fact. We were supposed to get weather, and then it got downgraded to dusting. But you never can tell. But see, yeah, they're getting snow. Some heavy, 6 to 8 inches. What? Breezy storm, total 8 inches. Untreated secondary roads packed and slippery. That's right now. But tomorrow it'll be melted off because it's 40s. 40s. T-shirt weather. So, I hope you folks had a good day. I got to relax. I think that's when healing happens, when cell rejuvenation happens. I was getting so stressed out. I started getting like splotchy skin and stuff like that. I'm like starting it at that age. And I'm like, oh no, because I'm like, can't get mad. When you get mad, it's like when you hear a bell ring, an angel gets its wing. When Marge gets real pissed off, she gets a freaking angry liver spot. Makes you ugly when you get mad. Grandma used to always say, don't be ugly, don't be ugly. And I was just like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means.